And a good evening, everybody, and welcome to A-Town High School here in Abingdon, Illinois, as we are ready for our JV contest here this evening. Doing things in reverse order here tonight as the varsity game coming to an end. The A-Town Tornadoes picking up a win, 60-34. Was that the final score? That was the final score, 60-34. I stopped keeping track on my score sheet for some reason, but 60-34 ended up being the final score. A-Town picking up the win against Ridgewood in the varsity contest. A-Town stays undefeated, and in Lincoln Trail Conference play, they get their 20th win of the season, and they will look to finish out the season undefeated tomorrow against Rover Williamsfield. Actually, no, then they've got Galva. So they've got 2 more games left, looking to keep that undefeated mark intact when it comes to JV contest, or excuse me, in the Lincoln Trail Conference. Our JV contest, though, it'll be a condensed game here this evening, so we're going to have it for you here. This might be a half. I don't actually know what this game is going to entail, so it might be a half. It might be just short quarters. I don't know. We're going to be surprised. So we're going to be ready to go no matter what the case may be. Good to have you along here, and if you were joining us during the varsity game, good to have you with us. If you made your way over to the JV game here, maybe wanting to hear Coach Dugan's thoughts on his team's win here tonight. Maybe a little frustration there from Coach Dugan. We'll see what is to come of it, but here he comes, and we'll chat with him here in just a moment as the opening tip-off ready to go, and our JV contest underway here. Good to have you with us. A-Town in the home whites going left to right here as you look at your screen here tonight. And while we do that, we'll get to chat with head coach of the A-Town, by the way, I don't know if you saw Coach, by the way, representing. Let's get his headset on here.
I like it. You look good, man.
Oh, hey. But anyway, he's the head coach of the A-Town girls basketball team. Coach Brent Dugan joining us here on TSSR. Picking up the win number 202 in your career here after you got that 200 mark last week there. Congratulations, obviously, on 200 and celebrating that before the game as that one's stolen away. Here comes Vivian Bigger, and A-Town will slow some things down. Nice pass to the baseline. Chesney Engel will lay that one up and in. Engel with the first bucket for A-Town. But, you know, this game, the varsity game, which we just got done with there, kind of an odd game, I would say there. A little bit of frustration we definitely saw from your side there early on in that ball game. What was going on in that first quarter that kind of had a little heated under the collar, shall we say?
Yeah, I didn't feel like we were figuring things out on our own, so I had to call a timeout to adjust that. And for whatever reason, we have a few things going on internally that will be taken care of or have been taken care of. But what the frustration is right now is just go out and play hard, figure it out on the go. And right now we're just kind of, I don't know, just sometimes we're running to the defense when we should be running to an area, and we're making passes to those areas where they should be. We're just not in sync the way we should be, and that's really, really frustrating right now. That being said, Wyatt, you still win going away, and obviously you win your 20th win of the year too. So that's another milestone, if you want to call it that. I mean, it's not easy to get wins these days, and getting your 20th victory is a nice thing.
30-second timeout called by Ridgewood, so a quick timeout here with 4:19 to go here in the first as we're talking with the head coach of the A-Town girls basketball team here, Brent Dugan here. But you guys did win going away here, and, looking at the scoring breakdown here, Kennedy Quinn still had 23 points here tonight. I thought it was kind of a quiet 23, though. Certainly when, the points started to add up. She had a little bit of a run there, started the second half, which kind of boosted those numbers there a little bit. Very quiet kind of day for her, though. Did you feel that way? But then she also was making some really ridiculous passes there, especially in the second half. Whatever a quiet 23 was, she made up for certainly with her passing game there, especially in the second half.
Yeah, I agree with you. And honestly, again, back to my point, if we run to a couple different spots, I think we get open layups or open shots, and I felt like we were kind of running to the defense a couple different times. So back to my point and back to what you're seeing, that's what I think, that's where Kennedy would be a lot better if we had people just moving in the right direction. That being said, there was a couple times like Avery's running the floor, and Vivian's like right in behind her, and Kennedy throws it in between both of them. And it's like, Viv, you're not supposed to be there. Avery, you're supposed to be there. And again, it's one of the things where, Viv, what are you doing? I don't know. Well, that's not a good answer sometimes. Good kick out.
Good up the other way, and taking a hard spill there was Donahue, but she's up good to go now with 3:40 to go and counting. Running clock here for our JV game here tonight. A little bit of a condensed game here for the JV side as the season winding down. Donahue first shot up and no good. A 5-0 start here for A-Town. But you pick up your 20th win here. You've got over 50 wins over the last 2 seasons, which is very, very, very impressive. We don't want to take away from that, obviously. I mean, to get 50 wins in 2 years, I mean, that really says something about the culture going on here at A-Town High School.
Absolutely. And if you think about it, it's 70, I think it's 75 in our last 3 years. So, you got some good things going on, and the girls that are out there playing are playing hard. And I also kind of have to take a step back as a coach and simply say, you know what, we have to enjoy these moments because we got it better than some. And some of the things we're expecting them to do maybe aren't coming around the way we like them. But, right now is the time to do it. And I feel like there's some certain signs of that. But we're going to have a game every day this week except for Thursday and Friday. So what I like about that is we're going to have some play that we're going to get up and down. We're going to figure it out on the run, and maybe against some teams that are in the bottom part of the conference, but still teams you got to play against and teams that you got to execute against, and I feel really, really good about that.
Yeah, a couple of games as the season winding down. You got one tomorrow against Rova Williamsfield, and then got one on the road against Galva to wrap up the regular season portion of your schedule, and then looking forward to the Lincoln Trail Conference. There's a nice play there. Engel puts up the shot on the offensive rebound, lays it up and in. We were talking during the game here earlier, during the varsity game. There's a couple of freshmen that have certainly stood out, I think, throughout the season. Viv is one of them, Vivian Bigger. And then Chesney Engel, I think, going to make a big impact for you guys here in the future. Those are at least two of them. You got some really good young talent. There's another one. That's Donahue going to the rack. Lays it up and in. Donahue has got 7 of the 11 points here for A-Town as the 11-0 start here for A-Town. But a lot of good freshmen coming up the pipeline for you guys there at A-Town High School.
Yeah. Mila's putting in some good minutes lately, and she's doing some good things for us. She's going against the varsity all the time, at the JV level, and she's giving us good prep time, and honestly, she's getting better because of it. So it's good to see her out there and performing at a high level. She's got a little sneakiness to her, Wyatt. She sometimes just gets a score and gets a bucket, and it's kind of hard to explain sometimes, but she does a good job with that.
As we approach 1 minute to go here in the first quarter, 11-0 the score. Nice pass inside on the inbound. Shot no good by Bigger, and the rebound bringing it up the floor here are the Spartans. Back out onto the floor, Anna Dubé, a freshman for Ridgewood, and getting a win against a Ridgewood team where they're a very young team. They're going to be a scrappy bunch here in years to come. So getting them here tonight, and able to kind of control things here in this one's got to feel good. There's a nice pass, run on the floor, up and in. There's Vivian Bigger with the bucket. 30 seconds to go here. But able to stay undefeated in Lincoln Trail Conference play, that can't be overlooked either. You guys have played against some tough competition here throughout the year, and to be undefeated at this point in the season in the conference, got to be a pretty good feeling there, wouldn't you say, Coach?
It is, and honestly, that's kind of one of the things we're looking at too. Is we're undefeated last year, and we want to be undefeated this year, and that's just kind of one of our goals that we set. And obviously, with the Lincoln Trail Conference tournament coming up next Saturday and Wednesday, as it turns now, because we'll be in the top 4 no matter what.
Yep.
But it'll be Saturday night, and then whatever happens that night dictates what we do Wednesday. But all good signs for A-Town girls basketball and how they're performing, and obviously in control of this conference right now. And we still got Rova Williamsfield tomorrow night. We still have Galva on Wednesday, but we win one of those next 2, and then that puts us as a conference championship.
Yep. So that'll champions during the regular season. 13-0 is the score. As Sam joining us in the comments there. The standard is the standard coach is what Sam is saying there. Rova Williamsfield final score of that one. Knoxville ends up winning that one 60-31. We were keeping an eye on that. Dr. Dave joining us in the comments as we got a whistle. The horn sounds. That'll be the end of the first quarter. As we'll take a break. Maybe we'll chat with Coach Dugan here a little bit more. Maybe chat with him Is that it for you?
No, that's thumbs up. I'm good.
Thumbs up. He's good to go. All right, so we'll step aside. Quick timeout. Back in a moment. TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Every town has its own rhythm, and here in Abingdon, Illinois, connection is part of what keeps its residents moving. At Mid-Century Fiber, we're proud to call places like Abingdon home, where our team members live, work, and drive the same streets as the people we serve. Because when your connection is built by your neighbors, it's more than service, it's community. Mid-Century Fiber, fast, local, and here for Abingdon.
I don't even know what they're saying, but I'm sure I'm agreeing to something I shouldn't be agreeing to.
Welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call as we get ready to start the second quarter. The A-Town Tornadoes pitching a shutout in the first quarter of our JV game here, a condensed JV game. We've had a running clock here in this one, so things moving rather quickly here in this JV contest here this evening. Just wanting to get your youngsters a little bit of playing time while not getting them hurt out there. Certainly getting them a little bit of playing time, not going to hurt though here tonight.
No, not at all. And this is the last JV game of the year, so it's good to get them out there. I didn't. That running clock sometimes gets to be quick. It gets going quick. And, obviously Ridgewood making a trip this far to come play, and I'm sure their JV games. They've been battling JV games and trying to get some on their schedule, just like anybody else out here. So it's good to kind of get them out there and let them play.
Bringing it. Here comes the Spartans putting up the shot. That one no good. A battle for the rebound. We got a whistle and a tie-up, and that's Emily Fairbrother for Ridgewood getting that shot there a moment ago, as A-Town will take it left to right here out of the dead ball. And, Coach Dugan joining us here, by the way, head coach of the A-Town girls basketball team here on TSSR Game Time Live. But, Coach, a player, there's a shot up. That one gets stuck in the netting, stuck in the rim there. As
Bree. Sorry.
No, you're good. Got to figure out how to get that. Chesney gave it her best effort there, unable to get that one there. I saw Jacob Hall earlier. Let's put him to work.
Yeah, no kidding. Where is Jacob?
He's gone, I think.
Yeah,
I think
he took
he
off.
left.
He took off. He's probably got to buy dinner for Kennedy or something.
Probably. But anyway, they're going to give it another try. Sometimes that works. Sometimes it gets it a little more jammed in there.
It does, especially with these new basketballs. I'm not a big fan of these new basketballs.
Not a fan.
But they are what we have to use.
Yep,
so.
Certainly so. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. A 13-0 lead here for A-Town. By the way, a player that we talked to in our last broadcast, there's a nice steal there. Vivian Bigger. Donahue going to take it the other way. Back out. Here's Bigger. Corner three on the way. That one off the rim. Can't get the shooter's touch. And an offensive rebound to top of the key. Donahue going to give it another try. Left wing three. Can't get it to go. And a rebound this time for the Spartans. Player we talked to, though, and a player who's made an impact for you, the senior Avery Stiegel. She had 9 points. I had her for 9 points here tonight there, Coach. But, I talked to her about her defense, and she gets a lot more enjoyment, it feels like, shutting down her opponents on the defensive side. But you throw in a little bit of offense there, she really can be an X factor for you guys, and I think that was on full display here tonight with those 9 points for you guys.
Agreed. She got the 9 points, but I'd also say there's a couple good passes she made on the backside to Viv on that cut. Once that Ridgewood went to 1-3-1, I thought she made a couple really good passes on that backside. And, you get the 9 points from her, and she's starting to make free throws. That's the bigger thing. That's the turn she's definitely made in the last, I'd say, probably 3 weeks. She's made some free throws, and she's getting to the line more, which is always a good thing. And you're getting some easier shots, obviously uncontested shots, and that's always a good thing for Avery in her game. And like you said, her points in the last 10 games have really jumped up. She's probably getting anywhere from, 8 to 9 points a game there, and she got 15 there at West Central.
Yep.
So, you got those kind of efforts coming in and getting that third scorer, which is badly needed at times. So
yep,
that's a good sign.
Yep, certainly so, as we got 3:20 to go here in the second quarter. And talking to the head coach of the A-Town girls basketball team, Coach Dugan here. Again, getting win number 202 here tonight into the corner. There's an open look for three. Vivian Bigger, no good. Battle for the rebound into the hands of Melina Lee, and the Spartans will take over. Of course, before the game, there was the festivities with, of course, celebrating you and your 200 wins, but also the MVP there for Kennedy Quinn, winning that MVP. As that one tipped out of bounds. Nice defensive play there, tipping it out of bounds. But Kennedy Quinn winning the MVP of that shootout you guys had there a few weeks ago during the holiday season. So a very special night here after senior night. You guys are still celebrating here as the season winds down.
Yeah, and Gary Thrapp, he does a great job of organizing that Illinois-Iowa shootout. Just does a fantastic job. Good kick out by Viv there to get a good looking layup there. But you know, he said, well, I got a plaque for her. I said, well, you want to come down and present her, or you want me to? He's like, I will gladly come down and present that to her. He just thinks the life of, I mean, this is our 4th year going to that Iowa-Illinois shootout, and Kennedy obviously is making her name for herself. A-Town girls basketball is making a name for itself, and it's always fun to get some good competition, especially from the Iowa side, and it's just a good atmosphere all around, and Gary does a fantastic job of organizing that. I think I get an email once a week from him, but it's not boring information. It's always good stuff that I get from him.
Chesney Engel running the fast break, and another basket, and a substitution as checking in to the ball game, Taylor Odine, with 1:40 to go here in the first half. 17-0 the score. The team pitching a shutout here in the first half. Got to like what you're seeing from your youngsters there on the defensive side here, Coach.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. I mean, they're doing a good job of getting in the lane, and they're doing a great job of reading the pass lanes and jumping those passes.
So we mentioned it a couple of times throughout the broadcast and a couple of times here during the interview here with you, but LTC tournament gets underway this weekend on Saturday. You know, what are you wanting to see from your girls here in the couple of games you got left as Donahue goes the other way? We got a whistle and a foul called. But what do you want to see from your girls here as we get ready to head to those final 2 games and then a little bit of postseason play with that LTC tournament?
Well, you know, you get that tournament atmosphere, and I think that's what I like most about the Lincoln Trail Conference tournament is you get that tournament atmosphere. And they've done it a little bit different over the last couple of years. The top 4 teams will play against each other in the pool play, so 1 plays 4, 2 plays 3, depending on the places that you finish in the regular season. And then you got 5 through 8 will be in a category by themselves, and then 9 through 12, which this year Anawan didn't have a team. So you got 9 through 11, they play like a little round robin. So I do like that because it just, like I said, gives us that tournament atmosphere that you're going to get, and obviously it's something that you got to get ready for the regionals and subsectionals. And don't look now, Wyatt, but Wednesday I got to put a summary together and talk about our team, and we're gonna figure out Friday where we're going, which we know we're coming here.
Yep.
But we're gonna figure out the brackets and who we're gonna play, and on down the road, and hopefully it continues, on into early March for us. But that's a long ways away. But still that's kind of on our map of what we want to do and how we want to travel there.
Yeah, a lot of action, in the weeks to come here. Of course, LTC tournament here at A-Town High School, and then the regional here at A-Town High School. So you guys won't be leaving town for a while, but, certainly some good tournament atmospheres to enjoy as we are at the half, 17-0. We'll step aside and maybe talk with Coach Dugan a little bit more and get you ready for the second half of our JV contest. A good one so far there for A-Town. 17-0. Back in a moment. TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
Every town has its own rhythm, and here in Abingdon, Illinois, connection is part of what keeps its residents moving. At Mid-Century Fiber, we're proud to call places like Abingdon home, where our team members live, work, and drive the same streets as the people we serve. Because when your connection is built by your neighbors, it's more than service, it's community. Mid-Century Fiber, fast, local, and here for Abingdon.
My name is Kelsey Cunningham. I'm a nurse practitioner with the cardiology department here at McDonough District Hospital. Cardiology is like a big puzzle. A lot of things can be traced back to the heart, and to see somebody in your office at the beginning of the process really down on themselves and not feeling like their best self, and I think in their mind never really thinking that they're going to recover from that, to fast forward 6 months where they're back doing things they once did. It's the ultimate goal, and I love to see it happen.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
It's hard to stop a train.
Welcome back, TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call as we are at the half of our JV contest here this evening, and 17-0, A-Town with the lead. Coach Dugan, as you see, down there on the floor, so he will not be joining us any longer. But we are at the half of our JV contest. The A-Town girls pitching a shutout through 2 quarters of basketball. Okay, things are getting out of hand here in the comments here. Steve joining us in the comments. This wasn't out of hand, but bringing up the fact that always comes down to A-Town and Wethersfield. That's probably what we're going to see come LTC Championship Day, but you never know. Stranger things have happened, but that's certainly the path that a lot of people would see the LTC tournament going here over the next couple of weeks. So we'll see how that plays out with the LTC tournament. Again, the home for the LTC tournament is right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We'll have every single game for you starting on Saturday. And then, Jason in the comments, so Wyatt Reed for president. I don't know where that came from. I see you, Jason. I don't know if he can hear me, but he is across the court. Jason joining us here. And then Sam and Steve saying I would get I'd have at least 2 votes. So there you go. Let's launch the campaign here. I got some work to do, I guess. Jason for VP, I agree. You can be my VP, huh? Oh, what are we doing here? 6 minutes on the clock here as the second half about to get underway. Good to have you with us here. Feel free to get in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're pulling for here tonight. And I don't know. Would I have your vote for president? Probably not. But, there may be some people out there who say yes. Here's Donahue off the steal. A little turnaround, kicks it out. As good ball movement here. Coach Dugan back on the bench now as there's a 3. Left side, no good. Rebound into the hands of the Spartans. Leading scorers here in this one, Mila Donahue's got 9 here tonight. 6 points for Chesney Engel and 2 points for Vivian Bigger as the shot no good. Sam asking, I forgot to ask Coach Dugan about the sports coat. I did forget to ask that, didn't I? Well, we'll get it in eventually. I think we talked about it in our last time that him and I did a game. Maybe if they get to state, we'll get we'll get him in a sports coat. I'd like to put that in writing, though. We need to get that in writing. So if that were to happen, we don't miss out on that opportunity. 4:42 to go here. Of course, we're rocking the shirts here of Coach Dugan, and not a suit in sight, not a tie, not a button down, nothing. He's always rocking the jackets, the lightweight jackets, sweaters, anything but button-down shirts. And you know what? I agree with him in that, regard. Shot up, no good. Keen Williams comes away with the rebound. And here comes Donahue bringing it back the other way as all the way to the basket, lays it up, no good, but a foul. So 17-0 our score here, third quarter. Again, 9 points for Donahue and looking to go into double figures here in this one. Second foul of the contest, number 20 for Ridgewood. That is Ellie McMeekin. Or Meekin. No, McMeekin. There we go, McMeekin. Let's get it right here. First one's up and good. Second one on the way is up and good. Donahue 2 for 2. She's got 11. 19-0. We got a whistle and a full timeout. We'll step aside. Back in a moment. TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
I think the rewarding parts of my job are seeing people over time and seeing getting to know them and getting to know their families. And that's very exciting to see them and get them better over time, especially if I'm able to find out something that other places haven't. And that's kind of what drew me to family medicine. You know, I try to get along with people and treat them as I would my family. Do what we can to get the patients taken care of day in and day out. It's pretty supportive. I'm Dr. Michael Waters. I'm a family physician here at the McDonough District Hospital Family Clinic.
Welcome back, TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call here as we are in the third quarter, 3:33 to go. Ridgewood a timeout, looking for some kind of offense here tonight. Just haven't had their way here at all in this JV contest. Boy, I tell you, the chatter has been very busy here for the JV contest tonight, which I will love it. We love it. We love seeing that, and we are not complaining one bit here. So feel free to keep on coming into the comments as we're winding down. Final JV game at home here of the regular season. Sounds like the final JV game of the year, period, for A-Town. That's what Coach Dugan said. So it sounds like there's not going to be a JV game against Galva. Don't quote me on that because I could be wrong. It wouldn't be the first time I was wrong. 19-0 though. That's the pass inside. That goes, oh, nice strip there. Vivian Bigger comes away with it. Now to Donahue. Donahue goes all the way to the rack, lays it up, no good. And a rebound. Spartans got it. As Maggie Leander back out onto the floor. She had a really good varsity game, I thought. Had some open looks. Only player in double figures for Ridgewood in that contest. Going inside, and a whistle and a foul called as Callie Carlson going to the rack. And a foul going to be called on Macy Brooks. It's her first, team's first. I haven't been keeping track of the fouls as we were chatting with Coach Dugan there. We'll chat with him maybe tomorrow after the girls' game as the pass on the inbound. Shot no good by Carlson. Rebound. Here comes Donahue bringing it the other way. Got a whistle and a foul called on the floor. That'll be on Callie Carlson. That clock's still ticking. It is a running clock, by the way, so a shorter contest here tonight. Again, just wanting to get these youngsters a little bit more playing time, get them in, get them out without getting hurt. Because for A-Town, some of these players make an impact off the bench. That shot no good by Engel. Back out, here's Macy Brooks, top of the key. There's a three on the way for Donahue. That one from downtown. Mila Donahue's got 14, and the lead is 22-0 with under 2 minutes to go here in the third. Right side, here is Emily Fairbrother. That pass inside is poked and stolen away. I don't know if I've ever seen that last name. I like it, though. Fairbrother, Emily Fairbrother. As that one's stolen away. Here comes Leander the other way. 1-on-2 all the way to the basket. Lays it up, no good, but a foul. Got some good names there on the Ridgewood side. You got Fairbrother. You got Maya Rodenbaugh, who we haven't seen on the floor yet, but you might see her. She's a freshman, number 1. Leander will go to the line here. Ellie McMeekin, is the first point of the ball game is scored by Leander. 22-0 is the score. 22-1 now the score, and second one on the way, up and good. So Leander with 2. Under a minute to go here in the third. Into the corner. There's Bigger. There's a jumper for 2 on the way, no good. Offensive rebound. Drives, kicks it, left side. Bigger. She had an opening there, could have shot it. Instead goes inside and gets called a foul. Gets a foul called, I should say. And 33 seconds to go here in this third quarter. Oh, we've had some good folks joining us here, though, today in the chat. Taylor Ford was here during the varsity game. First shot up and good. Jason Weber, Sam, Steve, Dr. Dave. Y'all are our regulars. We appreciate you, though, really. The comments help the algorithm, help our videos get out there for other sports fans. And we enjoy doing it. We enjoy communicating with our audience. There's a shot. Oh, nearly got that one to go. Offensive rebound, put back, no. And that'll end our third quarter. Callie Carlson had a chance, but that'll end our third quarter as we go to the fourth. 24-2 our score. Back in a moment. TSSR Game Time Live. It's presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome back, TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call, fourth quarter. About to get underway here. This game, A-Town Athletics, brought to you by Mid-Century Fiber, the hometown favorite for blazing fast internet. Whether it's game day or every day, Mid-Century Fiber keeps you connected with the speed and reliability that you need. Call or text 309-778-3278 or visit fiberfastnow.com to join the winning team. 6 minutes to go here in this one as a running clock will take place again. We've had the running clock throughout this ball game. That'll be the case once again. Fourth quarter. Good to have you with us, Sam. Appreciate the kind words there during the fourth quarter break. Season winding down. It makes me very sad thinking that the season will be over before you know it. LTC tournament, shot up, no good. Battle for the rebound, offensive rebound. Callie Carlson backs down, kicks it out. There's a jumper from the elbow, can't get it to go. Carlson had it for a moment and lost it. So, but yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, the LTC tournament and the regional will be over the next couple of weeks on the girls' side. The boys still got a few games left. Their final game will be on the 12th, and then they'll have the LTC tournament, followed by, there's a three on the way for Keene Williams. Can't get it to go, tipped out of bounds. But the boys' playoffs will start about a week or so after the girls. We're going to do as much as we can. I don't know much about the boys' side, how much we'll be able to cover, but the girls' side will be able to cover the LTC tournament and the regional, both taking place here at A-Town High School. And I think the girls, if they win the sectional, would go to Bushnell. So I'd have to do some sweet talking with our bosses, but maybe we can make that happen. Don't want to say for certain as the shot up and good. Count it, and a foul. It's Maggie Leander with the bucket in the harm. Don't want to say for certain, but there's a chance we can maybe sweet talk some people into letting us do that game. Those games, I should say, the sectional in Bushnell this year, it sounds like. Shot no good after the and one. Up top it goes, Vivian Bigger. There's Keene Williams in the corner, kicks it out. Donahue with it left side. Goes to the baseline, turns. Here's Chesney Engel. Never know. A lot of basketball still in this season, even though the regular season winding down. A little bit of postseason action. See how it all plays out. There's a jumper from the baseline. That one goes in for Keene Williams. Nevaeh Keene Williams from just inside the three-point arc. 26-4 the score with 3:33 to go. Sam saying thinks the LTC tournament on the boys' side is in Woodhull. Don't hold him to that. That sounds right, but I don't know for certain. Into the corner. Driving the baseline. There's a little floater on the way. No good. That shot by Emily Fairbrother. And as we approach 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, 26-4 our score. I know the boys for regionals are going to go to, or at least the A-Town boys, that is, shot no good by Bigger and the rebound. Here comes Ridgewood. The A-Town boys will go to Monmouth, go to United. And then I don't know where the sectional would be. Shot up. That one off the back rim, no good. United's doable, but, man, I don't like being in that corner there at United. The shot no good and a foul called. 2:40 to go. Beautiful facilities, but where they put the press in those games, you're watching the game from the far corner, which is real tough for a guy with bad eyesight. So maybe, just maybe, we'll get that one in there. Who knows? I don't want, again, we don't want to promise things that we can't deliver on, but we want to cover as much local teams in action as we can. And that's going to be our goal here at TSSR, I believe. Hopefully we can get something figured out here as the shot up and good. Donahue with another. She's got 15 here in this game by my tally. Scoreboard has her for 14. Either way, she is having one heck of a day. 27-4 is the score. They missed a point on theirs because my score is correct. Shot no good in the rebound. Here comes Donahue bringing it up the floor. 1:45 left here in the fourth. Inside pass, backing down. Here is Brooks. Shot no good. Rebound goes out, and Vivian Bigger comes away with it. 90 seconds to go here. Nice pass to the baseline, lays it up and in. Chesney Engel with the bucket. She's got 8. 29-4, A-Town rolling here in our JV contest. Be a good way for the A-Town Tornadoes to go out on the JV side, as that one poked, nearly stolen away, but Ridgewood comes away with it. 1:05 to go here in the fourth. Turn, puts up the shot, through the contact, can't get it to go, but a foul called. Anna Dubé will go back to the line. She's getting some extra playing time here, as she played during the varsity game. That foul going to be on Akeen Williams. First one on the way. Dubé can't get it to go. 45 seconds to go, and counting. Sam says, see you tomorrow. Well, sounds good. Are you going to be here, Sam, for the ball game? As she gets that one to go. It's Rova Williamsfield. Wouldn't be surprised. I'll remember to say hello to you and remember who you are this time. Oh, last time I was out of it, man. I hadn't gotten any sleep. I didn't realize who you were there, Sam, until I got all the way back to Burlington. There's Macy Brooks, and every player on the floor today for A-Town has scored as Macy Brooks puts that one in. 31-5, 5 seconds to go. There's a three from the volleyball line. That one from way downtown. And a little flurry to end this one as Anna Dubé puts it in from downtown, and that'll end tonight's contest. 31-8, the final score here in our JV contest. As we take a look at the scoring numbers here real quickly before we sign off. 15 points for Mila Donahue. What a ball game for the youngster. And again, she's a player that we talked about, certainly going to be making an impact, I think, in the next few years here for A-Town on the sports side. The next leading scorer was Chesney Engel with 8. 4 points for number 12 here this evening, Vivian Bigger. And then 2 points for Macy Brooks and 2 points for Nevaeh Keene Williams. Sawyer's dad is what he goes by, Sam says. So I'll remember that, Sam. I appreciate you for joining us here in the JV game here. Let's see. For the Spartans, obviously a tough one for them offensively. Only 8 points between two different players. That would be Maggie Leander, who, again, I think if you're a Ridgewood fan watching this, Maggie Leander is going to be a really good player here. What year of school is she in? She's a sophomore, so she's a youngster too. That's a player to watch for Ridgewood in the years to come. I think Maggie Leander going to make a real good impact for the Spartans. So that is certainly somebody to watch. Also putting in 4 points, Anna Dubé, the freshman here tonight in our JV contest. 31-8 ends up being the final score of the varsity game. 60-34 win for A-Town. They sweep the night here tonight. And we'll get ready for the final couple of games of the regular season. Rova Williamsfield will be in town tomorrow. We'll have that one for you. It is 3 games tomorrow. It'll be boys JV at 4:30, girls varsity at 6, boys varsity at 7:30 tomorrow night. So look for those 3 games here. We'll have them for you on TSSR. I'll actually create those links before we, right after we sign off. So looking forward to that tomorrow. And then that'll be it for us until Saturday, at least from A-Town. We will have some more games. I think West Central's on the schedule. But that's going to do it, though, for us here from A-Town High School. I know the boys, I think, have a game, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make it to that game. They play Farmington on Thursday, and duty calls for me at work, so can't do the A-Town game. That's a game they rescheduled a game earlier in the year against Farmington. It's a non-conference game. Won't be able to be here for that one. I'm bummed about that because I really enjoy what I saw from the Farmington Farmers at the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament. Even though they lost in 2 games, they're a scrappy bunch. I think during the year, I think they've gotten a lot better as the season has gone on. So they're 11-11, so that is a scrappy team. I would have liked to gotten to broadcast that one, but won't be here on Thursday, even though the boys are scheduled for Thursday. We will be here, though, tomorrow. And then Thursday, the A-Town boys will play, but we will not be here for that one. Our next broadcast after tomorrow will be the LTC tournament, which we will have for you in full starting on Saturday, and then it'll be Monday and Wednesday of next week. So busy week, busy next week or so as we get ready to go. Postseason right around the corner, folks. Thank you so much for joining us throughout the regular season. Final score of this one, once again, 31-8, the final score, and we will talk to you again tomorrow, starting bright and early for a weekday. Again, 4:30 is when the JV boys game will start, and we'll have it for you right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Have a good one.